Welcome to Mechanical Advantage Garage's coverage of Mecum. This is day one of the auction. We're here at 8 a.m. They are just getting ready for the auction of the. They always start the first hour of every day with the memorabilia stuff. So a lot of that is all behind me right here. All of the signs, this is cool for motorcycling stuff. That's usually the first hour from 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, and then at 10 o'clock the bikes start. Doors open at 8, everybody gets in to inspect everything, so that's where we are right now. We're just, wandering around, checking out everything. Gonna go look at some bikes and gonna go see what things hammer for.
Before we get started on motorcycles, we've got a few announcements we need to go through, so please give me your attention and we'll get through them as quickly as possible. If you have motorcycles in the auction today, we ask that when your bikes are on deck, you be down there on the on-deck circle where Clint Hunter is right now. That way you'll be right here on the Mecum Sold where Blake Ball is right now. They are two of our sellers' ambassadors, and they will meet you down there in the on-deck area. They'll walk you through the bidding process so that you know where we are each moment of the way. If we have any questions about your bike, you're here to answer those, so please represent your motorcycles and be down there in the on-deck area. All motorcycles are sold as is, so please inspect the bikes. They are over there for you to look at, know what you're bidding on, know what you're buying, because at the fall of the hammer, the auctioneer announces sold, ownership transfers. It's then your motorcycle, so please know what you're bidding on, know what you're buying. You do need to have a bidder number. If you're here on a guest pass and something comes across the stage that you think you want to bid on, but the bidder you're with is not with you, I'm sorry, we cannot take a bid from a guest pass. If there's motorcycles later in the day that you want to bid on, see the bidder's assistants that are in your section. They've all got a sheet and they'll mark it down. That way when that bike comes in, they'll check at your seat and make sure you don't miss the opportunity to bid on the bike that you want to buy. If you need more bidding power, right upstairs, right there at number 109 is Mecum Financial, and they are here to give you money. Money, 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 money. That's right, lots of money. That way your bids will have way more horsepower. Vroom, vroom, vroom. And you will have a better opportunity to get the vehicles purchased that you want to buy. Once you do get them bought, you need to get them from our auction floor to your garage door. Up there beside the office, Haul Bikes is here, and they will give you a quote on hauling bikes here in the lower 48 and Canada. If you need to ship overseas, Schumacher is up there as well, and they will give you a quote on shipping bikes overseas. So talk to Warren at Schumacher. Thank you, Bob. Fee today is $250. So if you buy a bike for $100, $250 buy fee. That's the minimum for today, so keep that in mind. We're ready to go. And to give you the descriptions of the motorcycles today, every day here does a great job for us, my colleague and friend, Mr. Bob McLaughlin.
And thank you, Jimmy. And to start us off, ladies and gentlemen, our lead auctioneer, James Jimmy Omar Landis. Let the games begin. Love you, Mama. W1 in 1997 Suzuki RM125. This is from the Hendrix collection. Extensive cosmetic restoration. In running order, no reserve.
Selling and no reserve. Somebody give $10,000 here. You better get 10. You better get 5. At $5,000 here, you better get 5 bid. You better get 3. You better get 2. Somebody give $1,000 for it. $1,000 here. You better get 1,000. You better get $500. $500. $700 bid. You better get 5 bid. You better get 700. At $700 here, you better get 5. 1,000. You better get 1,000. You better get $1,200 bid. You better get 1,500. At $1,500 bid, you better get 1,500. At $1,500, $1,750 bid. You better get 17. I have $1,500 bid. You better get 17. $52,000 now. You better get 2. At $2,000 here, you better get 2 bid. You better get 2,000. You better get $2,000. At $1,750 bid, you better get 2,000. $2,000, sir. $2,000. 17 a higher bid. You better get 2,000. Now $2,250. 2,250, 22 and a half bid, you better get $2,000 bid, you better get 2,250, 22 and a half, $2,250 bid, you better get 2,250. Now $2,500, $2,500, 22 and a half bid, you better get $2,500 bid, you better get 2,500. So, $2,250, Megan Lau on the internet.
Yeah,
Now I'll bring W2 from the Burt Christie collection, a 1980 Honda.
Those of you familiar with my YouTube channel will know my predilection for Volkswagen-powered motorcycles, and here's a really interesting one. This looks to be a early single-port Volkswagen, probably a 1200, in a, looks to be a Dnieper frame. It's one of the Russian BMW clones, and it's the plunger style frame BMW clone from World War II era, likely an R71 style. This is really interesting because here's where they mounted the oil cooler, but it has the Dnieper style forks, and it's somewhat of a rat rod. It says, what does it say? Cyrillic for Stalin on this one side of the tank and for the motherland on the other. I don't speak Russian and I don't read Cyrillic, but what's really interesting is how they did the clutch here. Normally there's a bell housing, but here's an exposed clutch. This is looks to be the Dnieper transmission. And single carb, interestingly enough. They kept the single port intake, and it goes to a single carb. Now on my bike I run two Honda CB350 carbs into each single port. Yeah, this is really neat. I'm curious to see what this sells for.
1960 Volkswagen bike, no reserve.
Hit right, $200 hit two, $200 some get $1,000. Hit, what do you eat there, Skittles? $1,000, and now $100, $100, some get $500 on the Volkswagen, $500, $7.5, $750, hit five, $7.5, $100, $750, I'm the $500, $7.5, $100, $500, $7.5, you get there, $100, $5, $750, now $1,000. Now 1,000, sir. $1,000 bid. 1,000. Now 1,250. I'm $1,000. David at 1,250. David at $1,000. 12 and a half. $1,000. David at 1,250. Internet 112 and a half. $1,000. 1,250. 1,250. Now $1,500. David at 1,500. $1,500. 1,500, sir. Only 1,500. Iron David get here. $1,500. David at 12 and a half. David get 15. David get 15. 1750. I know 17 and a half. David at $1,500. David get 1750 to water. I know 2, I know 2,000, 100 divided by 2, 100 divided by 17, but David and Bird of $2,000 on later done. I get 17 and a half, 100 divided by 2, 2,000 divided by 2. Last call, 2,000, 2250, 22 and a half, $2,000, 22 and a half. I get 2,000, David get 2, but David get 2, 1,500, David get 22, David get 22 and a half. Last call if you want her, 2250. I get down 5, I down 25, I down 2,500, David get 2 and a half, 5. So 2250, next rack line.
Lot W216, a 70, Hodaka 100, no reserve.
Hit right, 100 David in there, 3, 100 David get 3,000 bid, 100 David at 3 here, get $1,000 to start it, $1,000 bid, 1, 100 David at 1,000 down 1, hit 1, 15, 100 David at 1,000, David at 12 and a half, 15, 100 David get 1,500 bid, 100 David at 15, 17, 52, pound under bid, 100 David get 2, hit 22 and a half, 100 David down 5, 100 under bid, 100 David get 25, and now 25, 100 under bid, 100 David at 25, and now 25, 7 half, 100 David at 25, 2750, 27 half, hit it, you're out as well to get 25 bid, 7 half, inches way, hit 25, 100 David get 750, I'm at 25 bid, 7 half, I get 25 bid, 7 half, y'all good, 100 David at 5 bid, 7 half, 100 David at 25, 750, so 2,500 Mitchell.
So here's an interesting bike. This is a 1967 Hodaka Ace 100. One of the things I love about Hodaka is they were import engines in American chassis, and they had all these fun names for their bikes, like the Combat Wombat, the Road Toad. This one's the Trials Toad, which is really interesting. 100 cc's, just a woods trial bike. Really kind of fun. Looks like it has a actual number plate on it. I don't know much about these off-road Hodakas, but they always sort of tickle me as funny because of the naming convention being somewhat of a mutt. But it'll be interesting to see what this sells for. So in keeping up with the Hodakas that I was talking about earlier, here's a 71 Super Rat. You know, and I think there was another one up here that was a another interesting model. I'm trying to remember the name, but it's here. It is a chrome tank Hodaka. What is this? Dirt Squirt.
What year is this?
Neat.
One Hodaka 100 from the Western
Yeah,
Racing
different
Collection.
story
Please
here.
note, this bike requires recommissioning.
Thank
Hoser.
you. I'm going to do $3,000, $2,000. You too. I'm going to do $2 bed, $1,000 bed, $1,000, $12 and a half, $1,500, $1,500. You 1,500, 17 and a half, $2,000. But I'm going to do $2,000 down to 22 and a half, 5. We're now $500 down, 2,500. But I'm going to do 5, 7 and a half. In 2,500, 27, 50, down 7 and a half. In 25, 7 and a half, 7 and a half, 27 and a half, $2,500, 27 and a half, $100. Anybody else? 3,000, $3,000 bid, 32 and a half, $3,000, 32 and a half, internet drought, $3,000 down 2 and a half.
This is that super rat we looked at earlier.
Down 32.50. So $3,000 Paul got.
Lot W21, a 67 Hodaka Ace 90 Steens SS replica. No reserve.
You buy it, I'm going to get 5,000 here. I'm going to do 5, I'm going to do $3,000 bid. You 3, I'm going to do 3, I'm going to do $3,000 down, $1,000 bid. $1,000 donate. I'm going to do $1,000 bid down, 500, 600, $500 bid, 600, 700, 800, $900 bid. You 9, I'm going to do 9, I'm going to do 9, I'm going to do 800, $9,000. You $1,000 bid. I'm going to do $1,000 bid down to bigger to do 1,000, 1,200. I'm going to do 12 and a half, bigger to do 1,000, 1,250, 1,000, 12 and a half, 1,500, 1,500, $1,500, 17 and a half, 15 to bid, 17 and a half. I'm going to do $1,500 now, 17 and a half, $2,000. You 2, I'm going to do 22 and a half. You $2,000, 22 and a half, bigger to do $2,000 down, 22 and a half, $2,000 bid down 5, 2,500, 2,500, 2,500, 2,500, 22 and a half, 5. 7 and a half, 27 and a half, 25 bids, 7 and a half, bigger to 25, 27 and a half, $100. Anybody else? 3,000, $3,000 bid. I'm going to do 3 to bigger to do $3,000 money. You 3, I'm going to do 3 to bid, 3 to buy down. No sir. You $3,000. I'm going to do 3 to bid down. I'm going to do $3,000 down 3. You $3,000. I'm going to do now. Sold $2,750. Internet.
Lot W.
So here are two interesting Kawasaki's. These are Eddie Lawson replicas from the 80s. Now I know the white one doesn't look like an Eddie Lawson replica, but it is actually the fairing and the bodywork. I forget what the actual model designation is. It's the KZ1000R. They're both 1982s, one white, one green. Green was the actual Kawasaki racing colors, though. Very interesting bikes. Don't see them very often, but anyone who owns a ZRX knows what these are, because the ZRX was the modern retro interpretation of this exact model.
Now offering in front of the block, W191 and 82 Kawasaki KZ1000R Eddie Lawson replica, no reserve. Not could have been Eddie's old bike here. Not could have been any bit of a, could have been a reserve down. Not could have been a 10 here. Not could have been a 10 5 pound. Hit 5. Not could have been a 5 down. Not could have been any bit of a, could have been 1,015 pound. 1,000 could have been a 15 15. Not could have been a pound here. Not could have been 15. Very right, folks. 15 down 15 pound. 1,000 15 down 2. Hit 2 down 2 here. Not could have been a 5 here. 25. Not could have been 25 in a pound. Hit 5 here. Not could have been 25. Not could have been a 3. Not could have been 3 out there. Not could have been 3 5. Hit 3. Not could have been a 5 35. Not could have been 3. Not could have been a 5 here. 35 pound. Hit 3 here. Not could have been a 5 35 here. Not could have been 3. Not could have been a 35 3 to bid. Could have been 5. Hit a 5 4. Not could have been a 4 down 4 down 4. Not could have been 35 4,000. Hit 4 down. Not could have been a 35. Not could have been 4 back there. Not could have been a 4,000 pound. Hit 4. Not could have been a 4 down 4. Not could have been a 4. Not sure right. Not could have been a 4 down 4. Not could have been a 4 down. Could have been a 5 here. 45. Hit 4 here. 45. Not could have been a 45 in a bid. Hit 4,000. Not could have been a 45 here. 4 bid. 45. Not could have been a 45. You do it. 45 in a bid. Hit 4,000 bid. Not could have been a 4500. Sold 4,000. Sold 4,000. Megan. Now offering W192 and 82 Kawasaki KZ1000R, no reserve. One there, boys. I'd get a bit of a $1,000. Get a bit of a $1,000. 2,000. A pound here down 2 2 2 2 2. Not get a $1,000. 15 down 2 here. 2 pound bid. Hit a 5 here down 5 down 3 down 3. Not get a bit of a 3 down 3 3 3 down 25 3 pound bid. Hit 3 down 5 35 here. 3 to bid 5. Get a bit of a 35 here. 3 bid 5. Hit 3. Not get a bit of a 5 35 here. 4 down 4
How to get a Ford, how to get a 35 bid, 4 times 5, hit 45 on the bid, how to get a 4 pair, 5 down, how to get a $5,000 here, how to get a 5, hit $5,000 bid, how to get a 5 here, 5,000 bid, how to get a 5,000, hit 45 on the bid, how to get a 5 back there, how to get a 5 here, 45, 5 here, 55 on the bid, hit 5 a pair, 55, 55, how to get a 5,000 bid, 55 here, 55 on the bid, and how to get a 5,000 bid, 55, how to get a 55 here, 5,000, 55, hit a 5 here, how to get a 55, 55, how to get a sold 5,000, it sold $5,000, Megan.
Here's a really interesting bike. This is a 1960 R60/2 BMW, but what makes this so interesting is it's kind of a custom. So it doesn't have the Earl's fork. It's got a later, well, not late, it's got the disc brake fork from the /5/6 line. And actually, this is a dual disc, so it would probably be an R90S setup. The 68 and 69 US versions had a similar version of this fork, but it wouldn't have been dual disc. But the most impressive thing here is he polished the engine cases. The amount of work that must have happened, that must have happened to get that mirror polished. I mean, look at this. You can see the cylinder in it. It's, you know, that's just so much work. I couldn't even imagine. The guy must not have any fingerprints left. But yeah, look, everything on this bike is polished aluminum or black. It's no chrome. And look at this. This is just absolutely gorgeous. And Denfield seat, luggage rack, and he's got all the accessory guards, the headlight guard, and a modern electronic speedo in the original headlight nacelle. So that's kind of cool. Kickstart, obviously, because it is a /2. But what a neat bike, huh?
Making on the internet.
So coming up are a bunch of Sportsters, and I said keep an eye
Now
on
I'll
these
bring
yesterday because they are going to
W5,
be
an 81 on Harley Davidson
purchases for
XLS
somebody.
Sportster.
So let's see what happens if I was right.
Speed, no reserve.
Somebody give it $1,000 here. You better get $1,000. You better get $500 bid. You better get $500. At $500 here, you better get $5 bid. You better get $500. $700 bid. You better get $700. I have $500 bid. You better get $700. You get $7 bid. You better get $700. You get $7. Anybody get $700? At $700, $800, $9 bid. $1,000. You better get $1,000. You better get $1,000. $1,000 for it. Now $1,250 bid. You better get $1,000. You better get 12 and a half here. You better get $1,250. At $1,250 bid. You better get 50. So $1,000. George Boswell. So
Now I'll bring W6, 77 Harley Davidson XLH 1000 Sportster, V10, 4-speed, King and Queen dual seat, no reserve.
selling at no reserve, $1,000 here. You better get $1,500 bid. You better get $1,500. $1,000 bid. You better get $1,250 bid. You better get 12 and a half here. You better get $1,250 at $1,250 for it. Anybody get $1,250? Now $1,500 bid. You better get $1,500, $1,750 at 17 and a half here. You better get $1,750 bid. You better get $1,750, $2,000 now at 22 and a half here. You better get $250 bid. You better get 5 bid. You better get $2,500 at $2,500 bid. You better get 5 bid. You better get 5 here. You better get $2,500 at $2,500 bid. You better get 5. George, I put you in at $2,250. Is that right? Are you in at 22 and a half? At 22 and a half here. You better get 5 bid. You better get $2,500 at $2,500. George? Well, no, I have 2,000 here. 2250 here. Now you got to be 2,500. Okay, 27 and a half. 2,500, 2,750, $2,500 bid. You better get 2,750. So $2,500. George.
Now I'll bring W7, a 69 Harley Davidson XLA Sportster Custom, V twin, 4-speed, Chain final drive, no reserve.
$500 bid, you better get $750 bid, you better get $750 at $750 for it. $750 rolled away, now $1,000. Nope, you didn't make it, internet. I got $750 on the floor. $1,000, now 12 and a half at $1,250 bid, you better get 12 and a half here, you better get $1,250 at $1,250. $1,500 bid, you better get 15. George, you better get 15 at 15. Now 17. Nope, you didn't make it, George. 17 and a half. I have $1,500 bid, you better get 17. 50 bid, you better get 17 and a half at 15. $1,500, 17 and a half, $2,000 now. You better get two bid. You better get $2,000 at 2,000. You better get two bid. You better get two. You better get 17 and a half. You better get two. So $1,750, George.
Now I'll bring W8 from the Coastal Texas collection, an 85 Harley-Davidson XLH Sportster. Odometer reads 2 miles, V-twin engine, 4-speed, no reserve.
Somebody get $500 for it. $500 bid, you better get $1,000, you better get $1,500, put it at 15 bid, you better get $2,000, you better get two. At $2,000 bid, you better get two, you better get two, you better get 2,000. I have $1,500 bid, you better get two bid, you better get two, you better get two. Now $2,500 bid, $2,500, 3,000, you better get three, 5, $3,500 bid, you better get $3,500. At $3,500 bid, you better get $3,500, you get $3,500. Sir, you better get $3,500. At $3,500 now, $4,000, you better get four bid, you better get four, you better get four, you better get $4,000. At $4,000, you better get 35 bid, you better get four. So $3,500, Zach and Tito. $5,000 here, you better get five bid, you better get three, you better get two, 1,000, you better get 1,000, you better get $1,000 for it. So better give $1,000, $1,500 bid, you better get 15, you better get 2,000. You got you, sir. 17 and a half, 2. And now 2 and a half, 5 bid. You better get 25, 7 and a half, 3. 3,000. You better get 3 bid. You better get 2 and a half, 5. $3,500. At $3,500 bid, you better get 5 bid. You better get 5 here. You better get 3,000, 5. 7 and a half. At 37 and a half, 4. 2 and a half. Nope. 42 and a half. Clint. 5. 45. 7 and a half. 5,000. You better get 5 bid. You better get 2 and a half, 5. 55. 6,000. Now you better get 6. At $6,000 bid. You better get $6,500 bid. You better get 5. At $6,500 here. You better get 5 bid. Yes or no, sir? You better get 6,500. I have 6,000. You better get 65. And now 7. At 7,000. You better get 7 bid. You better get 7. Now 5. At $7,500 bid. You better get 7,000. You better get 7,500. I have 7,000. You better get $7,500 bid. You better get 5 bid. 7,500. Now 8,000. You better get 8 bid. You better get 8 here. You better get 7,500. 8. So $7,500, George.
Now offering W13, a 63 Honda CB77 Super Hot. Vintage race bike restored by Jim Rieger. Parallel twin-cylinder engine, manual gearbox, sold on a bill of sale, no reserve.
I have $1,000 bid. You better get $1,500 bid. You better get 15. You better get 17 and a half. You better get $2,000 now. At 2,000, you better get 2 bid. You better get 2. You better get 2. You better get $2,000. Anybody else? At $2,000 bid. You better get $2,500. 2 and a half. You better get $2,250. I have $2,000 bid. You better get 22 and a half bid. You better get $250 bid. You better get $2,250. Now 5. At $2,500. 7 and a half. You better get $2,750. At 25 a bid, you better get 27 and a half here, you better get 750 bid, 3,000, you better get 3. At $3,000, 3 bid, 3 now, 3, you better get 3, you better get 3, you better get 2 and a half, 5. $3,500 bid, you better get 5 bid, you better get 5 here, you better get $3,500 bid, you better get $500. At 35, now 4,000, you better get 4. What I meant to say was 3,750, so I got carried away. 3,750, 37 and a half, 4,000, now you better get 4. At 4,000, you better get 4 bid, you better get 4, you better get 4, you better get 3,700 at 4,000. Yeah, now 42 and a half. You see how I didn't get carried away on that one? You want to get 42.50. $4,000 bid. 4,250, sir. 42 and a half. So $4,000. Ryan Brewer.
Now offering W14 64 Honda CB93 race replica. Parallel twin engine, manual gearbox, no reserve, sold on a bill of sale.
$1,000 here, you better get $1,500 bid, you better get 2,000, you better get 2, you better get 2, you better get $2,000. Anybody get $2,000 for it? At 2,000, sir, you want this one? $2,000 bid, you better get 2, $2,500 bid, you better get 5. At $2,500 for it. At $2,500 now, 3,000, you better get 3 bid, you better get 3, you better get 3, you better get 3. Now 35, nope, 3,500, George. At $3,500 bid, you better get $3,500. I have 3,000. 4,000, you better get 35, 4,000, you better get 4 bid, you better get 4, here we are again, you better get 4,000, at 4,000, you better get 4 bid, you better get 4, you better get 4, you better get 4,000, I know I could do 37.50, then they'll give 4 and you'll have to give 42 and a half. Why don't you just give 4,000 and own it? $4,000, 4,000, you better get 37.50, you want to do it your way. $4,000, George. 4,000. Now 42.50. How'd that work out? Just like I said. $250 to you. 4,000. You better get 2.5 here. You better get 42.15. 45. At 4,500. 42.5 bid. You better get $4,500 bid. You better get 5 bid. This ought to be sweet. 7.5. At 4,750. Your turn. 45 bid. You better get 47.5 here. You better get $4,750. Anybody else? So $4,500, George.
Look at this gorgeous pair of Kawasaki's. We have a first year Z1 and a 73 H2. These should bring interesting money, especially in light of last year's bidding frenzy on Kawasaki two-strokes, and the year before that with Z1 prices going up pretty strong here at Mecum. So I'll be interested to see what these both go for. This gold color is absolutely gorgeous. There were 2 color options for the H2 and 73, purple and gold. And here's the gold. I haven't seen the purple, but it'll be interesting if we spot one this time. In case you're wondering how the bikes get to the stage, it's all handled by the professionals here at Mecum. They get wheeled down the gangplank just like everything else.
One with a 4-cylinder and a 5-speed.
$5, 20 grand. 20,000 out of it, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 again, $8,000, $9,000 out of it, 9, 10, here 9, 10, higher down to beg to do 10, here 9,000 out of it, 10 to beg to do, down to be 10, higher 10, ladder, 12, 13 to beg down to do 13 pound, 13 to beg down to do 13, 14 pound out of it, 14 pound, 15 beg down to do 15,000, 15, 16, 16, 16, 18,000 out of it, 118 to beg to do 18 to be 18 to be 18, Hit 18,000 out of bed, down negative 18,000. Hit 18,000 out of 100 down negative 18. Hit 18,000 out of bed, down negative 18, bed down negative 18. Hit 18,000 out of bed, down negative 18, 18. Everybody else 18,000. Hit 18,000 out of bed, down negative 18,000 down. Hit 18 down negative 17,500. $18,000 internet 17,500. 18. Every service off 17,500. 18,000 out of bed. 7 Mitchell, you want in 17,500. $18,000 last call, 17,500, 18,000. So $17,500, Nick.
Lot W32, a 73 Kawasaki H2 with a 3-cylinder and a 5-speed manual gearbox.
Divide by the magnitude 30, 30, 20, 20,000 out, 8,000, 9, 9,000 again, 10, 10,000, 11, 12, high down, 13, 13 bid, high point bag to do 13,000, 12,000 out of bag to do 14,000, 15,000, 15 bid down negative 15 bid down negative 15,000 out of bid, 15,000 out of done it, 15,000 out of high negative 15 bid down negative 15,000, 15,000 out of now, 15,000 out of bed, 15,000, 15,000 off, 16,000 out of bed, 15,000, 16,000, 15, 16, 15,500, 16, 15,500, 16,000 out of bed, 15,500, higher negative 16,000, 15,500 negative 16,000 out of bed, down negative 16, 16,000 out of bed, 16,000 out of bed, 100 out negative 16, 16,000 out of anybody else, 100 out of 16, 16,000 out of bed, higher negative 16,000, 16,000 out of 100 out negative 16,000, and now 16,500, internet 16,500, 16,500 out of 16,500 out of 16,500, 16 bid, 16,500, last call, 16's bid, 16,500, 16,000 out of bid, 16,500, 16,500, what about reserve off, 16,500 out of bid, 16,500, internet 16,500, 16,000, 16,500, last call, 16,000, going to be 500, so 16,000, $16,000, ball game.
Interestingly enough, the bikes that are on the screen behind me right now haven't arrived to Mecum, so they're actually selling them from the screen captures, They were bikes coming directly from Japan, and they got to get picked up in February if anyone wins it. So in the meantime, I thought I'd come over here and show you some cool cars that have shown up to Mecum motorcycles. Because most of the time it's Mecum cars and then there's the occasional bike. This time it's the other way around. So up first we have this 1941 Lincoln Zephyr sedan delivery. Actually, the tag says 41. The placard says 39. So I don't know who to believe, but look at this. Lambo doors, which is ridiculous. It is on air ride, I think. Rear screen, electric ramp for bike. Huh, yeah, it's on airbags. All right. What an absolutely gorgeous. But here's the motorcycle angle. Look at this beautiful Art Deco motorcycle, a BMW motorcycle that they've made for just to go inside the Lincoln Zephyr. I don't think the Clampetts have anything on this, but you can't say it doesn't have character. I'm not even sure if this is an original car, if it's a replica, or what. An Orient buckboard. Huh. Well, it is interesting. And here's a 1920 Spake, which I've never heard of. But one of the reasons why some of these cars are here, these are cycle cars. They are cars that are powered by motorcycle engines, and you sit and they carry 2 passengers. So they have belt drives and looks like Jap engines, press switch engines. Let me see here. Rochester Motor Company. I've never even heard of that. But really kind of cool stuff. And then this is just, look at this. I don't know anything about this stuff, but I think it's cool nonetheless. And then a good old-fashioned T-bucket, or 27 Roadster, track T Roadster of sorts, with a Chevy, of course, but very pretty car nonetheless.
Internet is in. 27, 47. 65 Alex.
Lot W39, 67 Honda C100, no reserve.
You buy the hot body money, make it a humming cheer, 5 pounds out of bed, 100 pounds out of 1,500 pounds out of bed, 1,500 money, make it 15 to bed, 1,500 pounds out of bed, out 1,500 money, make it 1,250 pounds out of bed, 1,250, 1,500, high 1,500 out of now, 1,500 out of bed, 1,500 down to negative 12 and a half, 15, 17 and a half, 17, 2 pounds out of 2 pounds out of bed, 2, good 2, high 22 and a half. 2 pounds and out of bed, 22 and a half, 2250, 2 pounds and out of bed, 22 and a half, 100 down, 2250. Last dog. Anybody else? So, 2 pounds and out of 2 pounds and Mitchell.
Lot W40, 73 Hodaka, dirt squirt, sold on a bill of sale, not for public road use or highway.
You buy the high body, 10 pounds and out of 5 pounds and out of bed, 2,500. 3 pounds and out of it, 3,500, 35, what else say, 3,500, 4 pounds and out of bed, 4 pounds and out of it, 3,500, 4, 45, 5, gonna be 5 pounds and out of 5,500. Jordy, I got 5 pounds, that young man right there in the front row, 5,500. 5,500. Reserve is off, correct? 5 pounds a dollar. 5,500 dollar bid. 5,500. 6 pounds a dollar. 6 pounds a dollar, sir. 6,500. 60 pounds 7. 7 pounds another bid. 7,500. 7,500. 7,500. 7 pound dollar 500. Good 500. 7,500. So 7 pounds another, Jordy.
Lot W40.
Goes on.
Lot W46, a 1973 Harley Davidson Sportster.
Give out a high body, how much here? 5 pounds and out of bed. 5 pounds and out of it. 3 pounds and out of bed. 3 pounds at $1,000. 1,500 pounds and out of bed. $1,500. You want 15, 2, high 17 and a half. Down 2 pounds and out of high 17 and a half. 2. You're 2 pounds out of down. 2 pounds out of down. 2 to bed down. Negative 2,000. 2 pounds and out of 22 2.5, high $2,000, 5. Hit 25 pound down 25 a bit. Hit 5 pound negative $2,500. Hit 5 pound down negative 2,500. Here down 5 pound down 25 a bit, negative $500 a bit. Here down 5 pound down 7.5. 2,500, 27.50. Reservice off, 25, 27.5. Sure, you want back in? 27.50. So $2,500, isn't it?
Here's a particularly interesting bike. I don't usually like to focus on the smaller motorcycles, but this is a 56 Harley Hummer. And what makes it interesting is if you're a history buff, you'll find out that the reason this exists is because of World War II. As part of war reparations, Germany had to give up their patents for certain manufacturing goods, including motorcycles. And so MZ had to give up the rights to produce one of their small two-stroke motorcycles. And that became the BSA Bantam in England and the Harley Hummer in the United States. So all of these small two-stroke motorcycles are the direct, from Harley Davidson, are the direct result of war reparations from World War II. Now, some will say, oh, these are Air Machis. And the truth is, the Air Machi was much later. Harley started their relationship with them in about 58. So this predates that. These were actually Harley produced. And speaking of Hummers, here's another one that they just pulled up behind it. And I gotta tell you, I love the graphics of these things too, because whoever was working in the Harley Davidson art department really did a fantastic job on these tank graphics. I mean, look at them. They're beautiful bikes. They're just completely useless to me because of how small they are. Let's see, this one's a 58. So yeah. Speaking of small bikes, this is a Ward's Riverside 250cc. So these were Italian bikes. I believe they were made by Benelli, but they were sold at Montgomery Ward's department stores, much like Sears sold Vespas under their Allstate brand. And most of the Sears were also Italians. They sold Vespas and Gileras, but Ward's, Montgomery Ward's, I think they had contracted with Benelli to get supplied small motorcycles so that they could sell them in their department stores. And speaking of Sears, here's an Allstate, and this one's actually not Italian. This is a Puch Twingle. So what I mean by Twingle is it's 2 cylinders, but they share a combustion chamber and a Otto cycle. So when they come up, they act like one big oval piston instead of 2 individual pistons, but they do ride in 2 separate cylinders. These were sold under the Allstate brand, and there's the US logo, as in Sears catalogs and in Sears department stores, but they're actually made by Puch, P-U-C-H. And I can't remember if they're Czechoslovakian or if they're German, but we'll just call it Eastern European. How about that? Or they're European motorcycles. But these are one of the few Allstates that are not Italian. So here we are, 2 department store motorcycles back to back. So here's something you normally see reserved for big bikes like BMWs from this era. But this is an Earl's fork. Basically, instead of being a telescoping fork, it is a swing arm with enclosed shocks. Now, normally you see these on /2 BMWs and sidecar rigs, but this is a 1960s Hercules K100, so a 100cc 2-stroke. Just absolutely gorgeous bike, by the way, in beautiful condition. It has beautiful little details too, like this fender ornament for the Hercules in Art Deco font. And this ribbed hub back here. This was really a very stylish bike for its time. Unfortunately, it's a very small bike. But small bikes can be fun in their own right. These Hercules, I believe, was German in origin. So just an absolutely gorgeous bike. I can't wait to see what it sells for.
Iron David get 2 to bid, under David.
Phil Bullet, no reserve.
And I'm a chair under David and a bear under David and David and a 5. 500 David and a 5,000 under bid, under David get 5 and get here 2. Iron David get 2,000 under David get 2 bid, down 2, under David get 2,000 under David get 1,000 under 1,500. 1,000 under bid, so we get 15. 1,500, we look at the bike, 2. Iron David bid, 15's bid, $2,000. I get 15 to bid, 2. Iron David get 2,000 under bid, under David at 15's bid, 225, 25. I now 2,500 under David get 2,000 under David get 25. I get 2 at Jordy, you want to get 2 and a half, sir? 22.50, 2,000 to bid, 2 and a half. I get 2,000, 22.50. I get 2,000 under David get 2 and a half, 2 and a half. All in done. Anybody else? 22.50, Jordy's way. I get 2,000, 22.50. So $2,000, Jordy.
Last year, the comments said I didn't cover dirt bikes enough, so here are 3 Kawasaki dirt bikes. Looks like a KX125 first, and a 250, and I don't know what the third is, but we'll see.
$1,750, $2,000, down 2. Iron David at $1,752. Iron David get 22 and a half, 22.50 right. Iron David get 22 and a half. I get $2,000 bid, 22.50. $2,000, 22 and a half. Down 5. Now 25. Iron David get 25. And now 7.5. Hunter David get 7.50. Now out there 25 7.5. I have a 25 bid. Down 7.5. Hunter David at 25 7.5. Yes or no? I get 25 7.5. Down 3. Now 3,000 you, sir. Now 32 and a half, 32.50. I get 3 to bid, 32.50. Iron David get 32, down 5, down 35. You're running third, 35. Iron David get 35, 4. Down 4,000. Iron David get 4. Iron David at 3,500. Iron David get 4, 4. Down 45. Down 45. I get 4,000, 45. Thanks for the help, sir. I get 4,000. Iron David get $4,500. So $4,000 to that.
Lot W91 and 86 Kawasaki KX250 in running condition.
You're right, 100 David and up here 4. Forward, 100 David 4 to bid, 4,000. 100 David 4 to bid, forward, 100 David 3. Iron David gets this Kirk, 100 David 3 to bid, 300 David get 3 to bid, 300 David get here, so get 2. Iron David get 2,000, put a bid 1,000, 1,500, $2,000. Iron David get 15, 2, $2,500 again, $2,500, 3. Iron David get 3. 3, Iron David get 3,000, 100 David get 2,500, 100 David get 3. I get 25 to bid, you get $3,000, 3,000, 3,500 is bid. I get 3 to bid, $3,500, 3's bid, 35, 35, 35, reserves off, 32.50. I get 3,000, 2 and a half. I have a 3,000 bid, 100 David get 250. I get 3,000, 2 and a half. Anybody else? $32.50 here and a half. So $3,000 on that.
Lot W92 and 99 Kawasaki KX125 original engine and frame. No,
yeah, right. 100 David 5. 100 David 5,000. 100 David 5 forward. 100 David 7 get 3. 3,000 bid. 100 David get 3. 3 get 3. 3 get 2,000. 100 David get 2. 100 David get 2,000. 100 David get 2 to bid 2. 100 David at 1,000. 1,500. 100 David at $1,500 bid. And now 2. 100 David get 2,000. 100 David get 2. 2 get 2. 100 David bid 1,500 is bid. Internet, you want to get $2,000 and 2. Anybody else for 17 and a half? 1,750. 15's bid, 1,750. I get 1,500 under 1,750. If you get 17 and a half on later down, under David bid 1,750. So $1,500, Ryan.
Lot W93 and 2002 Kawasaki KX250.
Yeah, right. 100 David bid, do it again. 100 David bid 5. 100 David bid 5,000. 100 David bid 5 to bid 5. 100 David get 4.
I don't know how you.
So we get 3,000.
Dirt bike riders
3.
can
100
tell the
David get 3.
difference
David get 3.
between all
100
those
David
bikes.
bid 3. David get 3. David get 3. 100 David bid $1,000. So we get 15. 2. 100 David get 2,000 to get 2. 100 David bid 25. Whoop, internet going to be 25. Get 2 ahead of you. 25. 2,000 under 25. I get 2 and a half. 5. 100 David get 22.50 down 5. I'm at 22 and a half. 5. 100 David bid 22.50 down 5. Anybody else here for $2,500? 22 and a half. 100 David down 7.5. 100 David bid 25 bid 7.5. I get 2,500 under down 7.50. David get 25 7.5. Whoop, 5 bid 7.50. David get 2,500 under down 7.50. David bid reserve is on 25 7.5. I'm at 25 and 7.50. David get 25. Anybody else for 2,750? Last call. 25 and get 7.5. So 2,500 Megan.
Up next from the Hendricks collection is Lot W94 and 94 Suzuki RM125 frame off restored. No reserve.
Good high tear down, Bubba to the beer 5. 100 David get 5. David get 5. David get 5. David get 3. 100 David bid 3,000. 100 David get 1,000. 1,500. 100 David down 15. 1,500. 100 David bid 7 get 15. 2. 100 David get $2,000. 100 David get 15. Now 25. 2,500. 100 David get 2 is bid 25. I get 2,000. 2,500. 100 David bid 25. I'm at 2,000. 100 David bid 2,500. 100 David bid 25. 25. 2,500. 22 and a half, down 5, 22.50, 25. I get 22 and a half with Laura, 2,500. 250 here to 5. 100 David 2,500. 100 David 5 and a bid, 5 and a bar, 22 and a half, David get 2,500. So 20
96 and 1960 PSA Sunbeam, no reserve.
Hit right, $100 there, $100 4, $100 $4,000 3, $100 $3,000 get $1,000 15, hit $1,500 bid, $100 $1,000 get $1,500 bid, $100 somebody get $1,500, 15, $100 on Sunbeam, $1,500, $100 15, get 15, get 2, I get $1,500 get 2, get 2, get 1,750, 15's bid, 17 and a half, I get $1,500 $1,700 down 2,000, hit 2. $100 get 2,000. I'm at 1,750's bid. $2,000 Laura's way. I'm at 1,750. $100 get 2,000 bid. $100 get 2. Get 2. Hit anybody else? I get 1,750. Get 2,000 bid and a half. So 1,750 Laura.
Here's a really interesting piece of obscure Guzzi history. This is a 1987 Moto Guzzi 1000 SP. The 1000 SPs were the touring bikes originally for the Moto Guzzi. This is an SP2, which was more of a sport tour of the line. Shared a lot with the Le Mans. In this case, it has Coney shocks, it has Brembo brakes, it's got the Marcianesi wheels that came stock on all of these, and it's got bodywork that was designed in the wind tunnel, and this is the revision bodywork. But at the heart of it, it is still a Tanti-framed Guzzi with an old big block 2-valve engine. So it's reliable as the day is long. Just a very pretty bike, in very original condition. Lots of miles on it, though. It's 46,000 miles, which, you know, like BMWs, Guzzis will run and run as long as you keep them up. So, but it's very nice to see something that's kind of rare and kind of obscure in such original condition.
Up next from the Hendrix collection, lot W103, 1987 Moto Guzzi 1000 SP, highly original, running condition.
Yep, right, $100 $100 5,000, $100 get 5, get 5, get 2, down 5 here, 3, and now 3, $100 get 2, $100 1,000, $1,500 bid, and now 15, $1,500 bid, $1,000 bid, $1,500, $1,500 bid, 15 here, 2, $100 get 2,000 bid. 15's bid. We're going to get $2,000. Got 15 to bid. Iron David to go to. Iron David to get 2,000. 25. 25. 25. 25. 3,000. 25. 7.5. 3. $3,000 bid. $3,000. 3. Iron David to get 3. You're out there. 5. 35. 30 reserves off, by the way. 3,500. 3,000 to bid. 35. Internet. You're going to get 2.5. Last call if you order. 3,000. 32.50. I get $3,000. 2.5. Yes or no. 3,250. So $3,000 shade.
Up next, lot W.
So here's something you don't usually get to see behind the scenes, but we bought a bike. So now we're going into the sold bike area to find our sold bike. There it is, Dad. Dad! Over there. Over here? Yeah. So we're walking down now to spot it. Here it is at the end of the row. This is our 1987 Moto Guzzi 1000 SP2. Now, you've seen it earlier in the video, and I was kind of surprised that we won it, and we won it for a fairly good price. But now comes the part where we have to make sure that it doesn't have anything that was misstated about it, and then we get to pay for it and take it home. So how do you feel, Dad? Dad?
What?
You just bought your first bike at Mecum. How do you feel?
I feel like Mom's going to be very happy when we do.
Yeah, right. So this bike came out of the Hendrix collection. Yeah, it's very pretty. This bike. Can you get your leg over?
What?
Can you get your leg over?
Difficult.
Put your knee on the seat. I got you. Leg over?
Where's the, oh, look at this. This is turned all the way down.
Yeah.
I can adjust that, right? Oh, okay. Somebody, that's from when it fell over?
No, that's from when they strapped it down in the truck. If you can find one. Actually, I think that is a Corbin seat.
Is this left shift?
No, that's the brake. The right side's the brake. It's left side shift, yeah.
It's left shift.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what it is. I gotta paint this.
Yeah, we'll clean it up. I didn't realize this before, but it has hard bag mounts.
It has what?
Hard bag mounts for luggage.
Yeah, he must have had hard bags on.
Yep.
I wonder where they went.
Get 3,000 under bid. Get 3 bid. Under get 1,000. Put a bid 15, 2 bid. Under get 2, get 2,500 under bid. Under get 2,000. Under get 25. And now 3. Get 3. I get 2,500 under 3. I'm at 25, 7 high 3. Get 3. Get 3. Under get 3,000. Get 3. Get 3,000 under bid. Under get 3. Get 3 bid. Under 3,000. Under get 25 bid. Get 3,000 under reserve is up. 25 in the bid. 3. Get 3,000 under 7 half. Anybody else? I get 25 on the internet. 27 half. Anybody under 25. 7 half. Let's go. Higher than a bit behind the bid. 7 half. I have now 3. 3. Higher than a do 7 half. 3. And now 3 to bid. Under a bit 3 to get down to get down to get down to get down 3,000 under bid. Under a get 7 half. And a bit 3,000. So 27.50. Katie.
Up next, the next 5 bikes are all offered from the Western Race.
So, quick status update with our newly purchased Moto Guzzi. I want to show you something right here that has given us some concern. This bike was advertised as in running condition. This is the plug wire. It's not hooked up. So we're trying to figure out what to do about this right now. The bike was advertised in the auction as running condition. One of the things we found out about this, though, is that it's actually a dual plugged head. So there's an inner set of spark plugs as well as an outer set. And it looks like all plugs are getting spark that are hooked up. The problem is there's one coil where the plug wire is not connected to the coil. You know, we just put a wire on it to test it, but yeah. So technically we can't start it or get it to run, but there's also the other problem of it has no fuel in it, okay? So we're not sure what to do about this, right? Is it the kind of thing where we just take it home and fuddle with it, or do we go get a gas can and put gas in it and see if we can get it to fire then? Because it has spark. And if it has spark, you know, and it's just missing fuel, then who knows? The other issue is, although the bike seems to have a lot of new parts on it, it hasn't been on the road since 2010. We found a plate sticker and an inspection sticker from 2010 on the thing. So this thing was just sitting around in the Hendrix collection, gathering dust. All in all, though, still think it's a pretty good buy. So we're gonna try and see how this pans out.
Tires for it's supposed to be running, but I'm sorry.
We can't start it in the building.
But we did. We tried.
No, it was outside.
Okay.
No, the bike would.
Yeah, it wasn't in this.
All right, so here's the sit rep on our Guzzi. We checked it for spark. It has spark. It turns out it's a dual plug bike. The inner plugs were firing the bike. We talked to a very reputable person here who saw the bike run yesterday, and apparently they ran it out of gas. That's why it wouldn't start. So I think we're pretty confident about it being in running condition. So we went and we registered our account. Now there's some cool things about Mecum that I should probably talk about, right? So if you come here to buy more than one bike, you don't have to pay for your bike right as you buy it. You can leave information on account and they will allow you to buy multiple bikes and then just settle up at the end of the week, which is what we're going to do in case we buy something else. The other thing is, because it's a Wednesday, our buyer's premium only had a $250 minimum instead of a $500 minimum. It doesn't matter for us because we paid more for this bike than that. But the buyer's premium was pretty reasonable for this. It's 10% of the hammer price, and then they have a $150 document fee. So expect that to be part of your buying experience. Otherwise, good time, right? So we tried to cover as many bikes as we could. Wednesdays are kind of hard because they don't roll out a lot of good stuff, but hopefully you enjoyed seeing things go through, and yeah, we'll talk to you on day 2. Thank you. As always, like, subscribe, and get at me in the comments. If you like things here, great. If I said something and you want to correct me, great too. Put it in the comments. Anyway, see you in the next video.